Hey everyone, and welcome back to Joy at Work. I hope you're doing well. Glad to be with you again. The season's almost over, 2 wins away from winning the Premier League. Come on, you Gunners. There's that big Champions League final. There's a lot going on for the month of May. It's graduation season, but I hope you're doing well. Just glad to be spending this time virtually with you. Thanks for all the feedback, the comments, all the things. Much appreciated. I encourage you to share this, subscribe. I'll remind you at the end again. So it's May, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. You need to look after your mental health. And so this vlog is going to be a little bit of a detour. It's interesting. The last vlog or the one before that, I talked to leaders very specifically, and I'm going to talk to people in positions of power again, because I think this is very, very important. This is extremely important. It's important because those in positions of power can do a lot to shape environments that really aid people and lead or encourage mental well being, or really discourage it and really make it difficult for people to be mentally healthy, mentally whole. And I can go on and a whole, I could go on and tell each one of us how we should take accountability for our health and things we should do. And if you're in a place where you're experiencing a lot of stress, a lot of difficulty when you wake up in the morning, you don't want to go there, all the things you should do. That I could spend some time doing that. And that's important. There is an amount of personal responsibility we all have for our individual experience, our individual mental well-being. But today I really want to focus on those who like shape and who set the conditions and the environment that many of us find ourselves in. Look, power authority is not equally distributed in many organizations. Some people have the opportunity to define the work policy. They define the team climate just by what they say. I often chuckle and say, in our workplaces, somebody sneezes and everybody catches a cold. It just starts a fire. And so I think it's really important. And there's a moral responsibility here. And I always say this, like, we cannot escape the fact that our workplaces are places where we have and enact moral responsibility. And this applies to like mental well being. As a leader, as somebody in a position of authority, you need to ask yourself, are my actions contributing to the mental well being of my team, of the people in my organization? What am I doing? How might I be acting in ways that do not lead to well being, that work against it, that make it difficult for people to really enjoy the workplace, that leave people stressed and tired and depressed? What do I do? Am I a chaos starter? Do I create fear? Do I create misery? These are all, I think, important questions people in positions of power and authority need to reflect on. If you're a virtuous leader or you're trying to be a virtuous leader, I think you ponder these questions. But if you don't care, then you don't. And so many leaders are so unaware of the impact their words, their behaviors have on others. Look, no one is perfect. I'd be the first to admit it. No one is perfect. But when you're perpetually making the workplace one where people are fearful, one where people are tired and wearied, one where people going into a meeting, their heart begins to race because they don't know what's going to happen. Look, I've experienced that before. Then you are not positively contributing to people's well being. And you need to take responsibility for this. You just need to take responsibility for this. So, this is the month of May, and we're talking about mental health and wellness. I'm challenging everyone in a leadership position to really think to themselves. And let's all reflect on ourselves and say, and ask the question, how am I showing up each and every day? And what impact am I having on the mental well being of the people that I work with? Can you be honest with yourself about that? And maybe ask some people you trust. If there's anybody you trust that you believe will give you feedback, maybe if it won't give you feedback because they are scared of what you'll do with that feedback, again, they're protecting their own mental well being. But think about it, reflect on it. Don't put a background and talk about it when you're not doing anything to improve and address it. So that's it. You want to create joy at work for others? Think about their mental well being. Think about how you as a leader show up each and every day and how you're negatively or positively contributing to mental well being. All right, that's it. See you around. Don't forget to subscribe and share this with a leader in your life. In fact, share this with everyone. See you soon. Bye.